Good evening everyone and welcome to London. I couldn't be more excited to be here, to be making a special week of shows here in my home city. Now behind me, this is one of my favourite buildings in London. It's the Houses of Parliament. It was here in 1967 that David Steele, a Member of Parliament, brought in a bill which legalised abortion in the UK. Now, if that was ever to change, it would take at least 326 elected officials to agree to such a thing. It would then take another 400 appointees in the House of Lords to vote on that bill before it could ever become law. So that's nearly 800 people would all have to agree before the fundamental rights of half the population would be endangered in the United Kingdom. For the past 8 years, I've been living, working, raising my young family in America. It's a place I love. But you don't need to live in the United States or even have an American child, as I do, to feel utter disgust and anger at the news from the Supreme Court, where 6 politically appointed judges can make a decision that ends the constitutional right to abortion across America. A woman's right to choose what happens to her own body wiped out in a moment. In the land of the American dream, the land of the free, a country which prides itself on the protection of an individual's liberties, we move instantly back to a dark age where a court has imposed the minority political view on a country for decades to come, with a decision that endangers millions upon millions of women and their families. I'm struggling to get my head around any of this. To say that I'm outraged and devastated would be an understatement. It's incomprehensible that in 2022, we should even have to say out loud that women should be entitled to control their own lives and bodies, let alone live in a country that won't allow it. If only the American leaders on the right would care and fight as much for the rights of women as they do their guns. Now, this week, our shows here in London, they're going to be full of laughter, full of fun and joy, but please know that doesn't minimise my devastation, upset and fear at this heart-wrenching and frightening news.